This video is sponsored by the Professional Photographers of America. Join a community of over 32,000 photographers that includes equipment insurance, education, and business tools made specifically for small business owners like us. So in this video today, we're going to talk all about flags. And I'm not even sure that this silk down here is considered a flag. It could be, kind of looks like a flag. So we'll just, we'll go with that. I'm pretty sure it's a flag. But what a silk does is as light passes through it, it diffuses the light and makes it softer. It also absorbs the light. And I guess why we're talking about that, you know, sometimes there are technical terms and slang that we use that people can be very specific about and adamant about. I don't really feel that way. I think it's okay if we slightly misname something according to some know-it-all person out there. This right here is called a net. Now what a net does is when light passes through it, it becomes darker. It doesn't diffuse the light at all. And you would use this just to cut down the brightness of a light. If you were using an old school continuous light that you couldn't dim, unlike today's LEDs, like the LED bouncing off the ceiling right now and lighting me, you would use a net to cut the light going through. In photography, we might use a net to darken down part of our frame and to block one of our lights from hitting it without fully blocking it. Then on the other hand, we could use this full flag over here, this black one, and it will completely block the light. Now, depending on where you place it in relationship to your subject and the main light, it will have a sort of feathered effect, and we'll demonstrate that in the video today. And then over there on that side, that's just a 20 by 30 inch, or let's see, that would be a 50 by 75 centimeter piece of poster board that costs about $3 at the office store. And unlike this very expensive flag from Matthews, it gets the job done at a much lower price point. And truth be told, this right here, these three, they're from my Matthews Road Rags kit. Road Flags is something else. And that kit is fairly expensive. I will link to it below. If I didn't own it and use it for the last 20 years on location, it would not have been worth what it costs. Well, I should say, it's much easier in the studio for me to take black and white pieces of foam core and put them together than to take these flag frames and assemble them and that sort of thing. However, it's much easier to use these on location because they fold up than it is to fly somewhere with those pieces of poster board. So let's go ahead with our first setup today with our model Santiago, and we're going to see what happens when we use each one of these in a hard light setup. All right, so before we get started, I want to give you a reference of just the light all by itself. So this is a Mola Rayo. It's about a 16-inch or so beauty dish. A lot of companies make things that are in this area. They're about 40 centimeters, something like that. It just focuses the light and makes a really hard light. This one in particular is a little more pleasing looking than, let's say, like the Profoto Magnum or the Elinchrom Maxi, but you could use those instead, or you could just use the humble 7-inch reflector. Turn your face towards me. Yeah. So looking at the picture by itself with the Mola Rayo, you can see that the light is very strong and directional, and that his shirt looks fairly bright and it's a little bit distracting. All right, so now let's move in this silk, and that's going to block some of the light and make it softer. It should also diffuse it. We'll see about that. So I want it to fall right around his neck. I want the shadow to be around his neck, and I want to look out and make sure that his feet are also affected by the flag. So I'm just going to play with its position a little bit, and so you know it's positioned like this, and I'm just turning it back over here, and I'm watching the shadow on the floor and the shadow on his face, and I've just got to get it tilted over here a little bit. Okay, that feels good. Now the distance between the light and the subject will have an outcome on how abrupt this shadow is. I'm going to show you that when we get to the solid flag, but just know that is a thing. Turn your head a little that way. Perfect. All right, so let's compare the Mola Rayo by itself with the image with the silk, and that's the silk one on your right. You can immediately tell that we've darkened down the lower part of his body, and we have made it so that we're not drawing attention to his shirt, but we're drawing it to his face. And I'm using TTL at the moment, so the camera is correcting the light itself. As I'm looking at this here, I'm feeling like the light was bouncing off the floor and filling in the shadows on our original image over here on the left. And because we blocked a substantial amount of the light that was hitting the floor there in front of him, I feel like the shadows are a little bit deeper here on the right with the silk. And now as we come down here to the bottom, you can see in the image on the right without the silk that the shadows are very subtle yet still directional, whereas without the silk on the left, they're very sharp and focused. You've most likely heard me mention the nonprofit Professional Photographers of America before, especially if you're a subscriber to this channel. Well, today I want to tell you about PPA's signature annual event, Imaging USA, which will be held in the DC area on January 16th through the 18th. But maybe more importantly, at least to me, I'll be teaching a class there on January 17th at 8 a.m. My 90-minute lighting demo will cover how to photograph people of different skin tones together. Imaging is the world's largest photography convention with thousands of attendees, more than 100 educational sessions, over 80 speakers from across the photography community, and an expo with all of the latest gear. If you haven't been to Imaging before, you are definitely missing out. I've been encouraging all of my friends to go this year, and to say the least, I can't wait to attend. So there are two ways that you can register. The first, join PPA and go for free during your first year of membership. Or register for only $59. Just click on the link in my description to get your ticket today, and I will see you there. Okay, so now I'm going to move in the net, and we'll see how that affects things. All right, let's compare the three images side by side. You can see that the floor is a little brighter here over on the right side with the net, and that the blocking of the light is not so extreme. I actually think that this might be preferable compared to the image in the middle. It felt like the shirt was knocked down a little too far, so I think this looks a little bit better. Also, it's nice to have those shadows there in general, and they were feeling pretty much vacant when we were looking at the image taken with the silk, which is in the middle. We've also got some nice strong contrast here on the right. You can see that the light hitting the silk and then just lighting it up probably had an outcome on the overall lighting on his face. All right, so now we're going to add in the full solid flag and retire the net. Perfect. I just want to make it so I can still see full light on his jaw. Okay, great. So now we've got all four of the images side by side. So we've got nothing, no flag at all on the left, the silk second from left, the net third from left, and then on the far right we have the full flag. And as we zoom in here on his face, you can see that that line that we see in the real world is somewhat affecting the shot. His mouth is darker than his eyebrows. So that is happening. Also, you can see that there's a hard line of demarcation across the top of his shoulder there, his clavicle collarbone, that's the common word for it. And so that's happening. As we look here at the shadows on the floor, you can see that there are no shadows on the floor in the far right. So overall, I'm liking the two in the middle. Of course, I'm liking the net one more because of those strong shadows, or stronger shadows going across the floor. It's sort of a nice compromise between the silk and the full flag. The closer I have this to him, the more abrupt that shadow is going across his chest. The further away I move it, the more subtle it gets and the more sort of feathered it becomes. I've got to raise it up a little bit here. So there's a big difference between what you're seeing right now and what you're seeing there. So just to give you a proof in a still image, I'll go ahead and shoot both and then bring it up on the screen. Turn your head to the left a little. Great. Okay, I threw in a bit of a surprise. So what you're looking at right now is the flag really up close on the left, somewhere in the middle, and then really close to the light on the right. So there are some things you should look at. So look at the shadow from the flag. On the left, you can see where it's falling there over on the right side of that frame. It's a little bit more diffuse in the middle shot, but now as we move over here to the right shot, it's very much just sort of falling across the entire background. And that's because the closer I moved the flag to the light, the larger the shadow became. Also, the closer the light was to the subject, as you're seeing over here on the left, the more abrupt the shadow was. And as we moved on, to that middle position, that shadowing became a lot less abrupt, as you're seeing here in the middle. And then finally on the right, you're seeing that there's a lot more gradation overall. So if I were to look at these three pictures and sort of decide which one was the best to me, I would say that they're okay. I just don't think that they're great. So now looking at the four images of the four different flags together, or really there's no flag over there on the left, then we've got the silk second from left, we've got the net third from left, and the full flag on the far right. And now after comparing the four images, I can tell that the net is the way to go. And I have to say that I'm a little bit surprised because for the most part, I only use full flags in the studio, those 20 by 30 inch pieces of foam core. All right, so that picture that you just saw flash across the screen was actually taken with just one light. So I've got the Mola Rayo over here again, and it's pointed directly at Santiago, and it's about 5 feet. And if I do that in my head, that's 150 centimeters away. So the background right now is being lit with the light from the main light passing through this homemade Cucoloris, or actually two of them. I stacked them together, and that's putting this pattern on our background. Then I'm using the net sort of there at the bottom to flag off his pants so they don't stick out so much. They are light gray, and of course in the picture they're looking dark gray. And then that highlight that you see there on his jaw is actually coming from this white silk over his shoulder. Well, I think that about wraps it up. I just wanted to give you guys sort of an idea as to what you could do with flags. You can use them to cast patterns on the background. You can use them to darken down areas of your frame, and you can use them to add highlights where before there were none. So if you have any questions or comments, just leave those below. And remember to click on the link in the description and to sign up for Imaging USA 2022, and I will see you there. Thanks a lot for your time. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.